I saw a video on TikTok that was from the 80s where it was a clip from some like documentary or something, kind of like Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil from the 80s, basically, where it was this family who had like a daughter that was like a psychopath, basically, and she was killing animals and they were trying to get her help. And all the comment sections were saying that that woman grew up to be a normal person, but like I'm not saying I don't believe that. What I'm saying here is like, imagine if that girl's like coworkers found that video where she's like 8 years old saying, it's like, yes, I killed those baby birds by squeezing their necks till they died. Like, that wouldn't make you look good at all, even if you became normal. Like, that would just mess you up. Now, obviously I feel bad for the baby birds she murdered, but I feel bad for this chick too. I hope she's okay. I used to think that crazy girls were hot until I actually saw like a crazy girl acting crazy, and I realized, bro, that's not even, this is the exact opposite of hot. That's just like a turn off. Seeing a 10 out of 10 like throw a crazy tantrum, like that is legit making me have pillow cock just thinking about it. I don't even want to think about that kind of stuff. That's how weird it is. And I bet there's a guy who that's his like turn on, is seeing like hot girls throw a fit. Oh, yeah, because a lot of people think crazy girls are hot. You've never seen a crazy girl act crazy. You'd be turning around and running the other way like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, where your feet would be in the air for a couple seconds and then you would skedaddle. But the good thing about making the type of videos I do is like nobody would ever want to reach out with you for a collab, because it would just be like a detriment for them. Because you know I'm going to mention probably Sandy Hook or OJ Simpson or just some horrible tragedy at least once. Genuinely, I don't know what is wrong with me. Why did I mention Sandy Hook like 4 videos in a row? And not just mention it, I made jokes about it. Okay, it was because I saw a very interesting YouTube documentary about it like a month ago. And let me just say that fella has been in my mind ever since then. He is next level freaky. I'm glad that motherfucker killed himself. I'm glad he's not in jail, so we never have to see him again. I'm glad there's not that many photographs of him either, because that dude looks creepier than anything I've ever seen. And people say my eyes were looking like him. I've actually heard that from one real person. It's like, well, you look like that Sandy Hook shooter. It's like, dude, that's such a rude thing to say. My eyes do not look like Lanza eyes. I don't have that Lanza stare. People talk about the Kubrick stare from his movies. Bro, have you seen the Lanza stare? That makes Jack Nicholson look like Bill Murray. Bro, I remember I had a teacher in school named Miss Lynch. And I remember that's what I learned what lynching was, because the black kids were like making jokes that they were afraid of her because of her name. I had to go up and look up what lynching was, and I was in like 5th or 6th. It was 6th grade, definitely 6th grade. This was not 5th grade, 6th grade. Shit got real in 6th grade. Lynching, that word never would have come out of a person's mouth in elementary school. Maybe that's what the black kids were talking about under like closed doors when the white kids weren't around. But for the white kids, we were not hearing any talk of lynching. Ever since I was talking about Rick Chow 2 days ago, I've been seeing so many clips of more Rick Chow stuff. Like, TikTok loves sending me clips where black people are getting really mad about that thing, but I'm gonna be straight up. They never would have shot him if he didn't have a gun. He definitely was grabbing for the gun, even if he wasn't trying to kill that Asian kid. Because, I'm gonna be straight up here. I don't believe the story the Asian kid was telling, wherever he pointed the actual gun at him, and that's why the dad had to shoot. I think that Cyrus was just grabbing for the gun, and then the dad made the decision there. But he probably didn't tell the police when that first happened, because he wasn't trying to go to jail, and that's probably why they had him for 3 years. Because I bet the state knew something was up. But the Cyrus's family has been like extremely outspoken against the Chows, and they're calling him the devil. But they really can't explain why he had a gun. They're saying everybody makes mistakes when they're going, you were drinking and smoking when you were younger. Like, she said that, but she did not say you didn't have a laser sight in an empty backpack and a gun with a laser sight on it attached and the gun was loaded. You didn't have that. You didn't mess around like that when you were in high school. It's like, no, I fucking didn't, and that's why I'm still alive. Even if there was racial bias in there, that kid never would have died if he didn't have a gun, and I believe that with my whole heart. And I think if you don't believe that, you don't think that's likely to be true, I think you need to reevaluate the situation. You need to watch basically that whole court trial. Everything that's on YouTube, that paints a pretty clear picture, because those witnesses were unreliable as hell. They were changing their testimony after what they first said when they were on the phone with 911. They said they didn't see, or they said that they didn't see what was going on. They just thought they heard a shot. But then after the fact, in the trial, they're saying, yeah, we saw that Cyrus didn't have a gun. But then the defense lawyer, Chow's guy, he was so good. And I wasn't talking about that before, but genuinely, if I had seen that dude's closing argument when I was in high school, that genuinely probably would have made me want to go to law school. I'm being 100% serious. Like, he was that good. And I don't, like, you hear what's coming out of my mouth now, I would be a horrible lawyer. Like, if I was Rick Chow's lawyer, that motherfucker would have gotten the death penalty. I don't even know if they have the death penalty in South Carolina. They would have reinstated it personally for him. That's how bad of a case I would have made. But just to prove I'm not racist, if you know Columbine, one of the parents' moms, like, Dylan Klebold's mom is a fucking bitch. She literally claims no responsibility for what her son did. She basically pins the whole thing on the other kid and said her son was just a follower. They both got arrested together for robbing a van. She still let him hang out with fucking Eric, so you're really not gonna say that was all your fault. She literally claims no responsibility, doesn't do anything. She's like, Eric Harris is the devil, and me and Dylan are fucking angels. She got... Generally, one of the reasons why I kind of don't want to have kids is I don't want to have to deal with them doing something really fucked up. I'm not even talking about a school shooting, but what if my kid molested like another kid in their class when he was in like 2nd grade? How do you handle that? Like, I don't think that usually happens if you're not abusing your kid, but what if my kid was getting abused by somebody else and I didn't know, and then he was taking it out? How would I even react if I found out my kid was getting abused? I don't know what the fuck I'd say to them. What the hell would I do if that happened? I don't think I'm equipped for that shit. That's why I need to find me like a really good woman who we can both like collab on shit on constantly, like work together. We rack our minds and figure out what to do to that guy. We'd probably kill him and get away with it because that's the kind of good team we'd make. That's what you need in a woman. You need a woman that you can marry and then kill someone and get away with it with her, because usually if you kill someone with 2 people, that you're way more likely to get away with it as long as the other person keeps their mouth shut. But if you have 3 people, it's always goes wrong, because guess what? The 3rd person can't keep their mouth shut. 2 people, they can keep their mouth shut. 3 people, they can't. So that's why usually like whenever there's like a really good group of friends, it's usually 2 people and not 3 people. 3 people can't keep a secret. Actually, scratch that. 3 people can be just as good friends as 2 people, but the secrets come out more. The secrets come out whenever there's 3 of them. With 2 people, they keep shit tight into themselves. There's no one else to tell it to. But when there's 3 of them, shit flies out. And not just between the 3 people, like to other people. They'll be telling their secrets all around town for no reason. It's the craziest thing. But now, I'm not saying they're not good friends with each other, though. They are good friends. It's just the fact they will be letting secrets out. Okay, I'm going to be making one more joke about that one incident that I said I wouldn't be joking about anymore. Maybe I didn't say that, I just brought up the fact I'm going to be joking about it recently. This is going to be the last joke about you know what. Okay, so just imagine me saying this. Just pretend like I didn't say that first stuff. Just imagine I was randomly like, she's sanding on my hook till my cum lands in her pussy. Alright, no more Sandy Hook jokes after that. I think that was the peak. That might be the funniest Sandy Hook joke of all time, because usually they're not funny, but that one was good satire because it made sure to make fun of Adam Lanza. You know, he's the real devil. I'm like ChatGPT. Remember when I mentioned that like 40 minutes ago in this video? That was real. I really was trying to make ChatGPT talk about Sandy Hook and like tell me some jokes, because I wanted to show them in this video, but none of them were good enough. It was just a bunch of crap. I remember one time in my hometown, they were doing a showing of, what's that movie called? Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Like, they were doing, like, some anniversary or some kind of re-release for that, where it was out for a week. And some of the kids, like, this is when I was in high school, and the kids were trying to do what they called, like, the Pee-wee Herman challenge. Like, you obviously can probably know what I'm getting at here. In the theater, they were doing the Pee-wee Herman, what he got arrested for doing in the theater. I'm talking about jacking off right now. You jack off in the theater during Pee-wee Herman and you try not to get caught. That's the Pee-wee Herman challenge. You ever freaking heard of it? Probably not if you didn't grow up in Georgia. Oh shit, I just stopped myself. Oh, let's bleep that out. See, that's a joke. I don't actually live in Georgia. I know people hate on British accents, but listen, if you grew up with Overwatch, you probably wanted to bang Tracer, and I didn't know she was gay. If I knew she was gay, would that have stopped me? It never does, but might have stopped me that time. But the point is, I didn't know she was gay, so I was attracted to her like a degenerate. Is that my fault? Probably. Point is, I was 12. I didn't know any better. I didn't know that she was gay. I mean, I should have known. Like, look at her hair and tell me that chick is fucking dudes. I doubt that chick. I doubt there was even like a phase of her life where she was even trying to pretend like she was attracted to dudes. She was just probably out from day one. A lot of gay dudes say that the reason that they have the accent that they do is because whenever they were kids, they didn't play with boys because the other boys are mean for them for being different. But a lot of the guys I knew who ended up being gay or bisexual, I remember them developing that accent in real time in middle school. So it's like, buddy, you were not saying that accent because I didn't let you play with my Lincoln Logs when we were in kindergarten. We were playing Lincoln Logs together. You just like dick and you like to make that voice because it's kind of funny. Like, sassy gay dudes are actually really funny sometimes. Sometimes, as long as they're not too mean, they can be really funny. Genuinely, you think I'm being like some dishonest guy here? Like, oh, of course he hates gay people. Have you heard that horrible shit he's saying? He's just saying this to seem woke. No, but sassy gay dudes can be really funny. Sometimes, under the right circumstances. Like, have you seen Big Mouth for the sassy gay kid on there? He kills me every time. Matthew, that's his name. Matthew, the gay kid on Big Mouth. He's probably the funniest kid character on the show besides Andrew. I mean, Andrew's played by John Mulaney. It was just raps from the moment that they announced that voice casting. It was going to be a great show. If you don't like Big Mouth and you've never seen it, you're an NPC, dude. It's actually funny sometimes. And when it's not funny, it's being so bad it's good. So it's always funny, actually. So nobody here watched this video, but a couple months ago I was talking about the new what's that shit called? That zombie movie that's really serious and British. Yeah, 28 years later. Like, the new 28 years later, it came out like a year ago. At this point, so part 2, that completely bombed in theaters, even though it was like the best movie of all time. Genuinely so good. But I was worried, oh, they're not going to make part 3 because part 2 bombed. But I just saw recently, apparently they're moving forward with filming. So thus far, the film has not been canceled. Praise be thee. Praise be thee. Oh my gosh, we are actually going to be in for literally the best ending to a zombie movie trilogy of all time. I can almost guarantee it. Bro, Let's Plays are kind of an underrated genre on YouTube. Like, I love to watch people play games and then give their thoughts on the game while they're playing it. Because it's sort of like really reactive. That's why this Let's Play is so good. Because I've been talking about the game so much. You're learning so much about it. I mean, I mentioned the blue gem earlier. Shit, you remember that? Talk about a callback. Not to suck myself off here, but I think this Crash 2 Let's Play might be better than the Oni Plays one. Genuinely. Like, I doubt they were mentioning Adam Lanza. I just remembered, I was telling a story about Oni Plays earlier, but I literally never finished it because I wanted to go on a rant about how I thought Lyle wasn't funny, but... Okay, so here's how the story goes. No, not even a story, because I remember saying it was just a thought. This is really just a thought. But I was watching the Sun Hero Let's Play, and I was thinking just out loud, not thinking out loud, I was thinking in my head. Why'd I say out loud? Of course I wasn't saying it out loud. I was with myself. Wouldn't that be weird if I talked to myself? No. So I was watching it, and then I was just thinking, this is the story. Get ready for it. 3, 2, 1. So I thought, wow, if I get cancer and I'm on the Make-A-Wish, I'm going to wish that I could record a Let's Play with those guys. Wouldn't that be so sick? Like Zach, Corey, and Chris. I wouldn't have it any other way than that. If they couldn't get me those 3 together, I wouldn't want to fucking do the Let's Play with them. That'd be parasocial. But with those 3, and then me, bro, we could be funny. I mean, I'd be cracking up Zach. You're like, that Adam Lanza joke was hilarious. I'm going to cast it with Spawning Fest Season 4.